Hello guys and welcome back. Sorry for the little bit of a break there. I wanted to make sure Lottie was okay. I got her comfortable on the sofa and she's comfy now, so that's all good. Yeah, we're going to have Gorinich versus Ariador as game 1 Ariador, so that should be fun. Hopefully that's going to be a good game. Knowing this is probably going to be a 40-minute game, so I'm looking forward to it. I've got lots of water to prepare me for it as well. And overall, I think it should be a really fun game to watch. But SouL versus Red, I mean, definitely statistically, you'd always give SouL the edge. They have some incredibly good players, not only from the Korean scene, they also have some incredibly good foreign players as well. Red have their own breed of amazing players too, and they have some of the more old school players as well. But game number 1 is going to be it's going to be Gorinich versus Ariador. Gorinich, obviously one of the stronger Russian Zergs. Ariador, one of the stronger Norwegian players who's been around for a very long time. We're going to have Scan versus LML. That should be quite fun on Carthage 3. Bonith versus Haratos. That's going to be Poland versus Germany in a PvP. That should be a lot of fun. I know that Sudden Life just asked if Haratos was playing today. Yes, he is. There we go. Well, thank you for the 201-bit cheer, Ariador. Man, means so much. I also love those snowman emotes. They're really cute. I got one. I got one from someone gifting some subs in some channel I was watching, and it looks so good. I love that emote. I hope they don't take it away. And then our 4th game is going to be Zealot versus Cryok. I'm really looking forward to that one. Cryok's TVZ in the STPL is phenomenal. Like, his TVZ win rate is crazy. So it should be a lot of fun. Let's get into game number 1, of course. Starting us off here for SouL is going to be Gorinich. Now, so far, he's only played one game in the STPL. He did win it, though, and that was against the Zerg player. So he's not played any ZVT, but knowing his ZVT from other tournaments, he's doing pretty well here. Let's have a look at his opponent. It's going to be Ariador. Ariador, of course, the grandpa of Brood War, as I call him, the Elder Kai of Brood War, given the fact he's been around for so unbelievably long. He's been around forever. He does so many unorthodox strategies that only he can make work, and his games are always super long and super interesting. So I'm looking forward to getting to see some more out of Ariador here as we get into this game. It is going to be a ZVP, which so far, I mean, Ariador's PvZ hasn't done great, but I mean, look at the Zergs he's been up against in his last 10 games. 10 games ago, he played Eon Zerg, then he played Zero, and then he played Fairy. Like, his last 3 losses against Zerg were against really strong ZVP players. So let's have a look at our map as well. We're going to be heading into Neo Arkanoid. Neo Arkanoid, obviously one of the weirder maps in the pool, but weirdly enough, one of the more standard maps when we look at the win rates. Essen has definitely helped with the win rates for Zerg. It's kind of funny if you think about it, because we saw his special brand of ZVP in the last game, and he's done it in ZVZ as well. And I think he even did it in ZVT as well, where essentially he just goes throwing all in and he manages to make it work. He breaks through all the buildings in the middle and wins. Now, I don't think we're going to see that from Ariador. Ariador, I believe, is probably going to be playing more of a normal style here, but let's head into game number 1. It's going to be Ariador versus Gorinich, and it's going to be on the one, the only Neo Arkanoid. Oh yeah, and Gorinich is the Zerg. Sorry, I don't. Whoops. Okay, starting us off here in the top left-hand position, we do have the Blue Zerg fighting for SouL from Russia. It's Gorinich. And his opponent spawning up here in the top right-hand corner. And Sudden Life, it's not a ZVZ, it's a ZVP. In the red, fighting for red. From Norway, it's Ariador. Also, one question I have for Ariador, I know Warrior probably isn't around. Is it a rule that to join the red clan, you have to have red in your country's flag? I don't think I've seen a Wait, CRVT's from Latvia. Latvia doesn't have red. Never mind. My cool thoughts are wrong. Oh, CRVT's Rev. That's a good point. Oh my goodness. Latvia is kind of red, I guess. Oh man. I'm not doing well today. It's Monday. Give me a break, guys. Oh, you do have Rota, and he is finished. That's a good point. Blue and white. Representing. Thing is, Monday at work for me actually wasn't that bad until the very end of the day when someone ranted at me about something, which I'm glad they ranted to me about because I know what they're going through. And yeah, it's something I went through before. So yeah, it's a bit sucky. I kind of got caught up in that. I mean, today actually was a really calm Monday for work, so I'm not gonna complain. And Hatred Phil makes a good point. White is all of the colors, so you got that. Now, we did have a 12 hatch. No, that was a 10 hatch coming in from Gory Niche. So it's kind of weird to go for a 10 hatch on this map unless you're going for an all-in. That's how it is. Tardad saying that Thursdays are his worst. Still not Friday and you've been working for too long already. I don't mind Thursdays in my job because things get a little bit calmer. Friday is obviously the best day because you know that you're going to have 2 days off afterwards, but it's still not too bad. One of the weirdest things for me is essentially when I work on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like I essentially have to come back home and work again. But I genuinely don't mind doing it. Like, there'll be some days like last Monday where essentially I was really tired and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to cast. But then once I started, I was fine. Yeah, I messed up there. I'm doing it already. I messed up all my words a bit, but things went okay on Monday, so it's okay. It's all good. And then Tuesday and Thursday, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go home and then I'm gonna play some games. And then I'm like, oh, I don't really want to play some games right now. I'm going to build something. So I start making something for STPL Season 3. So I'm in like a constant state of making stuff right now. And it's okay. It's not too bad. Now we're going to have Gory Niche taking down these Chrysalis. Going to probably build his third hatchery here. Now the good thing about this base is you do get access to the gas with this hatchery. It's going to be a little bit more efficient. But obviously forcing out third hatchery, not the best. Now, we've got a one base play coming in here from Eriador. He's going to go into one base Corsair. Very likely going to expand behind this. Now, of course, Eriador isn't going to be able to scout his opponent until this first Corsair comes in. Now, he is going to go first the right direction first of all, because he did see the Overlord with the Zealot, I believe. Now, there's actually nothing on the ground that can deal with this just yet. The Hydralisk Den is finished, but the Hydras aren't yet done. We've got Lings coming down here to the bottom left. Now, this is really weird to do this, but I guess you're going to go up to 5 hatcheries, so it's not a big deal. Gonna distance mine as well. Now, finally, the Hydra's out here, but it's just one single Hydra against 2 Corsairs. Now, as long as he controls this properly, he's going to be able to get a couple more of these Overlords, I feel. Making sure to take away the Corsairs that are low on armor, low on energy even. Not energy, low on shields. Looks like he is going to save both of them. Nicely done. Don't want to lose any of those early Corsairs. Now, is Eriador going to scout out the third base, or is he going to work under the assumption that it's not there? I think he's probably going to go and scout for it, but at the moment I think he can kind of assume based on what he's seen. Now we've got Eriador expanding to the top left. Now this is a good position to be in essentially, but it also has its own problems. When the Zerg gets into Spire, if they go into drops, you can actually be very, very dangerous there. And Alba asks how many Hydras are needed to kill the Corsair before it gets the Overlord. 1v1 is very close, says Eriador. As long as the Hydra's there right away. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, that's the kind of maths I don't actually know. And now one thing to point out about this game, as CRVT mentions, is Gory Niche's drone count is pretty high already. He's at 21 drones. He's going up to his 4th and soon to be 5th hatcheries right away. His drone count is going to start to get insane, because realistically he doesn't need to go and build any attacking units just yet. Now it is going to be Robo. I wonder if it's going to be Reaver Corsair. Corsair Reaver on this map. Very, very good build. And it is going to be Corsair Reaver. So definitely a bit of an Eriador style here. Eriador is probably one of the only players I know with like mass island map experience. Now, of course, this isn't a pure island map. But Eriador's been around since the dawn of time. So while the Terrans were like primordial ooze in the maps, Eriador was already playing on island maps, so he knows what he's doing. This isn't a full island map, it is a semi-island map, but it's definitely a good style for it. Corsair Reaver, it's very difficult to be broken. And Eriador is a pillar man, that's it. He's super buff, he's from thousands of years ago, and he's awoken by the dripping of human blood. One of the Corsairs goes down. Nice pick off by Gorinich. One of the things with Corsair Reaver is you do not want to lapse on both your upgrades and also your Reavers. Now, there was a game we saw on Friday, I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was Noob versus 1004, VT versus SouL, and Noob went for Corsair Reaver, but rather than any normal Corsair Reaver, he went for like triple Robo, double Stargate. It was kind of crazy, and yeah, this has been pretty good sniping so far by Gorinich to be able to get these Corsairs. You really want to keep your Corsair count as high as you possibly can. You want to eventually head up into a fleet beacon after you get your third base, get the disruption web. Now, if I was to be brutally honest, I would say if Eriador can get a win here at this point in time, I'd say that's a pretty big upset. Eriador obviously a very strong player, but Gorinich has been on another level for a long time now. Oh my god, this is so good. Drawing all of the, oh my goodness. Drawing all the Hydras over to the base with a drop. Flies all the Corsairs in, gets all of the Overlords. That's so insane. 54 out of 28 supply. Great bait there by Eriador. And overall, just a ton of damage being done. Now, the 5th hatchery coming in. Looks like this drone is not going to be helping out very much, but thinking about it, Gorinich has actually been mining a little bit off kilter for a very long time. So even though his drone count's pretty strong, he doesn't have a Spire. He doesn't have any way of getting Scourge. And even if he did have a Spire at this point, how do you deal with 7+1 Corsairs? The shuttle getting ready to come back in. The Corsairs trying to keep the Hydras away, bait them out into the middle, using this P2 edge to his advantage. And here we go. Oh my goodness, this is a good play. He's got all of the Hydralisks on Burrow. He gets the shuttle. I didn't even notice those Hydras there. Nicely done. But that was a really sick burrow trap there by Gorinich. Now, unfortunately, he didn't get a perfect burrow trap. He didn't manage to get the Reaver without taking any damage. But that was really, really good. The funny thing about Burrow as well is he didn't even necessarily need to burrow the Hydras. He could have just burrowed the the drones, and then the Reaver can't do anything. And they were totally visible. I'm just like blind, so that's fine. There's a reason why I'm wearing glasses. Now there's a ton of Corsairs coming in, and while these come in, oh, I thought this was going to be a little shuttle. Now, as Avi points out, using borrowed Hydras against Eriador is kind of like the anti-timing, or not the anti-timing. I mean, that's kind of an Eriador move to make, so... Oh, this is a nice pick-off, though. He finds this drone in the middle. This drone was going to get ready to go and expand down to the bottom left, and he's not going to be able to do it for free anymore, so that's pretty good. Wait, were they definitely invisible for us? Because I saw them afterwards. But maybe clip it if you can. Have we gone too far past it? I did notice them in the end. Now here we go. Another Reaver coming in. Gets an... Oh, that's a nice... Oh! Doesn't get many drones. Only gets 3 of them. But does lose the Reaver, which isn't great. Burrow play certainly good. Lots and lots of fun. Now this drone going to help break down this temple. Yeah, people saying they weren't invisible for us, so it's fine. Oh yeah, they were invisible for Eriador in game. That's a good point. He didn't have a obs. So we've got double robo. Wait, is this? Yeah, it's double robo. Fleet beacon is done. Disruption web I think is done already, which is pretty good. You can see that Eriador's done a pretty good job keeping his Corsair count up. And yeah, going for Sair Reaver, it can be very difficult to actually spend all of your money, but he's doing a good job of it. Gorinich is catching up in supply though. Queens are coming in. Who goes Queens against the Queen himself, Eriador? This is a risky play. Now the Robo coming in. Looks like we are going to have 2 Reavers dropping off over here. And it is an Eriador mirror match as... Oh, is there no Disruption Web? Oh my goodness, he didn't get Disruption Web. Oh, that last Scarab. Oh my goodness. Now, one weird question I have, and I don't know if anyone knows the answer to this. You know Lurkers have that bug where their spines do double damage when they die. Does that happen with Reavers with their Scarabs if the Reaver dies? Or does the Scarab disappear? Now, 4th base isn't coming up down here in the bottom left. Eriador saying no to that, so I'm going to trust his opinion. I don't think I've ever noticed it. Oh, the Scarab does hit, but it doesn't do double damage. Lurkers do double damage. If their spines fire as they die, the spines stay there and they do double damage. That's why sometimes you'll see like Terran armies evaporate in one Lurker spine. It's crazy. You really have to think of, like, Cadency pointed this out to me. I didn't actually know. I kept losing all my army, and she was like, oh, it's because my Lurker's dying as you're killing it. Yeah, it does double damage if it dies while the spine is out. You will have definitely seen it, but you probably didn't realize. Oh, this is a really nice Ensnare. Oh my goodness, using Ensnare against Eriador. What a world. Oof. That's a big oof. That's a little bit unfortunate, but Gorinich didn't actually kill that many of the Corsairs. Wow. Where was all of his Hydras? How did he not kill them all? The fact they got away is incredibly good. Now, where is Disruption Web? Is that done yet? He could have just Disruption Webbed and then flown away. Yeah, Eriador's in chat. We are blessed. Now, 2 Reavers going to kill this hatchery down the bottom. He does have Reaver damage as well. I do wonder if you've got... It doesn't look like he's got Reaver Scarab capacity, though, so... Yeah, if Lurkers shoot Marines while they're dying, it's really ridiculous. Like, they die so quickly. Now, back to this game, we've got a supply advantage still for Eriador, doing a really good job keeping that up. Now, there is a ton of Hydras heading over here to this top right-hand base. The Corsair is going to be able to get in and see this, though. Oh, the shuttle goes down! 2 Reavers falling in the shuttle. And that is not a position you want to be in. D-Web is definitely a must when you're going for this many Corsairs, but we've got triple Reaver, triple Robo even, so... Oh my goodness. Carriers have arrived. That was a really bad impression, but... Carriers coming in here from Eriador, that's what the Fleet Beacon was for. Now, the trouble with Carriers on this map, it's very difficult... Oh! There's the Disruption Web. Reavers... I mean, they don't care if you're going to burrow after they've already shot. Now, the Ensnare gets 2 of the shuttles and the Reavers. Oh my goodness, but the D-Web's so powerful. Look at this, the Queen going down as well. He's up against +2 Corsairs. What a game. This is so good. The Reavers standing strong for now, but more and more Hydras slowly coming in. You can see by the minimap, it looks like Gorinich scrambling to get his units back. But looks like the shuttle's going to lift up the Reavers, fly away. No, there's only 2 shuttles left. And only two Reavers left. So he needs to get these out. Picks up the final one. No, he misses the Reaver. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that was a really good engagement by Eriador. He's now up nearly 80 supply over his opponent. Oh no, the Scourge, are they going to get the shuttle? No, they're not. There's no shuttle here. The Corsair's going to kill that. Not going to get any connections either. But this is what, 2-4? 8 or 246 Reavers, and there's now 5 carriers coming over. Like, the 5 carriers, how do you deal with this as Gorinich? You have Hydras, yes. They cannot attack the carriers over this area. So, what are you going to do about that when they're sniping your drones? Now, the Reaver's going to come in as well, help this out. There's still a good number of energy on these Corsairs. And this is a very, very impressive game by Eriador. Really, really good to see. Muteless coming out, but Muteless are going to melt to these +2 Corsairs. They only have 1 carapace. And I just don't think there's any way he can deal with the carriers. The Reaver's dropping down. If the Reavers just shoot the carriers here, look at the D-Web! Look at the D-Web! There we go! Gorinich is going to lose his top right-hand base. And that's it. This is essentially Noob versus 1004 again. But this is the opposite, where 1004 just killed 1,000,000 shuttles. Eriador's barely lost any of them. And yes, this is the slowest army in existence. Reavers slowly pushing over, carriers slowly flying over as well. But what is there to deal with this? Looks like we're going to have a counterattack of Lings coming in on the right-hand side. Not going to be able to do too much with the cannons there. And he did have mutants with good upgrades as well. But it looks like the 3... Oh my god, the 3 evolution chambers are going to go down. Here come the... Oh... The acid spore is going to be pretty good, but there's so many Corsairs. The Corsairs splitting against the acid spores as well. The Reavers. Oh, those scarabs. Oh my goodness. Oh, it looks like a lot of the carriers have gone down. The Devourers spend a very long time to go down against Corsairs, but I mean, so many acid spores on these carriers, it doesn't matter. The Reaver's just killing absolutely everything. And it looks like him pushing in at the perfect time stops the Zerg from being able to get all the units he needs to deal with this. GG! Gorinich taps out and Eriador takes game number 1. Well, Eriador, that was a 6-hit game. I am very glad we got to see that. Going for the Corsair Reaver, playing it perfectly, winning with carriers as well. Eriador saying you needed that map to beat him, but honestly, I feel like you could have beaten him on another map as well. Apparently you were 0-8 versus Gorinich in SCR until this, so you played that game pretty much perfectly, Eriador. It may have been the map, but at any point in time, Gorinich could have massed air, or he could have massed ground and just pushed through. The new chair still hasn't dispatched yet, so I don't know. I don't know when the new chair is. I have no idea. And that was Eriador shitting on the top ABSL player, if I'm being completely honest. Sorry for my swearing, but I'll be pointing that out. I'll be back in a second, guys, and when we're back, we're going to have a look at game number 2. It's going to be Scan versus Durkovic, apparently. So let's head over to that. Okay, we have a ton of Matrino codes still to use, so I'm making this quick video to show you how easy it is to actually use them. So you click the Matrino link, it brings up the Matrino page. In the top right, you hit sign in. You sign in with whatever you want to. In this case, I'm going to sign in with Twitch. That'll take you back to the page, and then if you hit contribute, you put in the coupon code LSTPL. You can put a comment if you want to, and you can hit contribute right there, and it'll add it to the prize pool. Easy as pie. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Well, I was playing an EGM fight night, and it just so happens in round 1 I played up against Terra. I've always said that I have bad micro, but this was on another level. StarCraft released 20 years. Ah! Okay guys, we are back and we're going to be heading into game number 2. Now I'm not saying that we're going to have a one-sided game here, but Scan is number 1 in the STPL. He's won his last, well, he's won 9 out of his last 10 games. He's got an 87% win rate overall. And he's 8-0 against Zerg, so this might be a little bit one-sided. I don't want to say it is, and I don't want to rule out anything because it is a best of 1. Anything can happen in a best of 1, but can anything happen for this man right here? It's Durkovic.
I dare ya.
I'm always so happy when I can watch this broadcast. You're a great caster. Bleed purple.
Thank you, Pefo, for the $5 donation, man. Thanks so much. But Durkovic, he hasn't played yet, but he is stood there. You know what? I don't know if Durkovic is the man in the suit of armor or the one on the left, but either way, he's going to need this suit of armor if he wants to take on Scan. He says in bourgeoisie society, capital is independent and has individuality, while the living person is dependent and has no individuality. That is incredibly true. So this is going to be a tough game for Durkovic, but as I mentioned, it is a best of 1, and anything can happen. We're going to be heading into map number 4. Map number 2. And the quote is plus 110 points. There we go. I'm going to add some yellow to his thing for his quote, but it's going to be Carthage 3. Carthage 3 in this matchup. Been a little bit one-sided, but Scan has played on here twice, and Scan is ranked number 1. So I kind of wonder if it'd be possible to do like a kind of spawn bang style yellow thing where you can exclude certain players, because then it'd only be 3 for 1, but I mean it's not a major difference. And Yaj apparently didn't know that's how you say bourgeoisie, but yeah, that's how you say it. Bourgeoisie, as Buena says. But let's get into game number 2. It's Scan versus Durkovic on Carthage 3. Okay, starting us off here in the top left-hand position, it's going to be our orange... it's going to be our red Zerg player fighting for red once again. This guy, if I remember correctly, is from Canada. It's Durkovic. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom right-hand position. We have the orange Terran player ranked number 1 in the STPL's ELO system. It is Scan fighting from South Korea for SouL. Now Durkovic is up against a little bit of a brick wall here. Scan's TVZ is incredible. This map favors Terran a little bit. Scan is an absolute beast, but anything can happen in a best of 1. Scan has lost before. 2 foreign players. In this game, Scan is 100% the bourgeoisie, and Durkovic is the proletariat, but I like to think that the proletariat can stand up against the bourgeoisie at some point, so Sudden Life, the reason why he can't make it into the ESL and KSL is he's not tried to qualify. He's been in the army for 18 months. Yeah, he's not been in for 18 months yet. I think it's been like 15 or 16 months. He should be out this year, like early this year. I'm not 100% sure when. But Scan is still, regardless of the fact he's in the army, one of the best Korean amateur players. Now, I think Scan is going to go for a two-port Wraith here, like we saw Terra go for on... what map was Terra playing? Desperado? Thing is, Sudden Life, what you got to realize is Scan is an incredibly good player, but there is actually still a big divide between the semi-pro, ex-pro, and amateur players. The qualifiers for ASL and KSL is obscenely strong. Like, it's really difficult to qualify. Like, you either have to get incredibly lucky with your opponents, so you dodge all the ex-pros, or you just have to play the games of your absolute life. Like Bishop, who is without a doubt the best Korean amateur player, or at least the best Korean Terran amateur player, he keeps barely missing out on qualifying, and it's because there's just so many good players. Like, even players like Midas, who's... I mean, Midas is not super old school. Midas is like 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. Like, when you look at Midas and how good he was back in the day, like, he's not even... It's been a long time since he's been super active, whereas he can still come back and he can still do well against pros because he's an ex-pro. He lived in a pro house. He played on SKT. They were playing like 12 hours a day or something. And as Sudden Life said, Lava didn't even qualify for one of the KSL seasons. Like, it's crazy. There's so many good players. And that's why when you look at someone like Soba, it makes it even more impressive because Soba came from nothing. Soba's not an ex-pro. Soba's not played on a pro team or anything. He is a pure amateur. And he is up there with the pros now. He is doing so unbelievably well. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he does this season of ASL if he makes it in. Because, I mean, Soba's the next generation. Like, he's one of the best Zerg players at the moment. Soma is in SOMA, not SOBA. Soba. Soba's a good name, though. I like that. Okay, so it's going to be a 1-1-1 here from Scan. He's not going to go for two-port Wraith, unfortunately. But is he going to go into... Is he going to go into Cloak, or is he going to go into a dropship? Dearly saying, say tomato. Tomato. There we go. Or tomato, as you Americans would say. You say potato, I say potato. You say tomato, I say tomato. Eridor saying this might be one of the first games of STPL where one player has twice the MMR of the other one. Very possible. Now, Durkovic has done quite well. He's not died yet, and it's 5 minutes into the game. Now, Scan was getting ready to go in with Vultures. Going to be unable to do it, but there is going to be a single Wraith coming down here. Now, is it going to be a dropship or is it going to be Cloak? Looks like he's going straight into Vessels, so this is kind of the anti-muta variant you want to go for. Now the Wraith coming in, there's not actually that much back here to defend against it. He's not actually morphing any Hydralisk yet, which is a little bit risky. He's going mass drone. Now, this takes me back to something that Scan told me. Scan said when you're behind, you want to either play super greedy or you want to play super all in, right? And the thing is, Durkovic, from the beginning of this game, is going to be behind. Because essentially Scan is a really good player. He's definitely on another level to Durkovic. But if Durkovic can play greedy enough and get away with it, all of a sudden he has more of a chance. Now, going all in, like when you go, this is another thing that I don't get. Like a lot of people will say if you come across against someone who's like way better than you, just all in. The trouble is when you all in like that, and yeah, the Wraith has got 5 kills. if you all in against a player at the top, they're essentially they're going to have a better time defending against it because they're always going to be defending against it. And you don't all in very often, so your all in is just going to be bad. Like, it's better to just play greedy and hope you get away with it. Like, there's no reason to all in someone better than you because it may work, but unless you all in all the time, you're going to be, like, you won't have it practiced. You'll be, like, playing off the back of, like, absolutely no knowledge. And you're just going to risk it all for something you don't understand. And it's just really not worth it. And that's the good thing about what Durkovic is doing here. He's at 27 drones at 7 minutes into the game. He's saving up for Muteless now, which is going to be pretty good. Scan has obviously gone into a Radiate already, so it's going to be difficult. And Hooty Hoo saying the reason is that you can get lucky. You can get lucky all-inning, but I'm going to be brutally honest here, and obviously I'm not an S-rank player or anything. Like, yes, in a big macro game you have less chance of winning, but playing greedy in the early game is not bad. But like the trouble is I'm not S-rank or anything like that, so take this with a pinch of salt. But the way I look at it is if you're going to go all in against someone like Scan's seen every variation of every all in you could ever possibly do and defended against all of them before. Like, at least if you're playing greedy, it forces Scan to actually play normally as well. And yeah, it's possible you'll lose a macro game, but then you could actually play greedy enough that you get so far ahead that you win. Like, that's how it could be. Radley, the one base fast vessel build is a version of the 111 that has been around since 2009. It was one of the first variations that the SK Telecom T1 Terrans used. And essentially, it's kind of the anti-muta build without going for what's it called? Valkyries or Cloak. It's what you would go for if you want to go for the handbag timing as well, which is the push out at 9:30, and it looks like that's what Scan wants to do. Now, he did actually skip tanks. He's going to go tanks a little bit later, but we'll see him push out around 9 minutes 30 with 1 or 2 tanks, a bunch of bio, and like 2 or 3 vessels, and that's what he's going to go for. It's going to be 4 vessels, actually, so this is pretty good. Now, Durkovic did step in for his teammate LML, because LML refuses to play with Scan for personal reasons, which is fair enough. Durkovic obviously going to be a little bit outclassed here, but he's still playing okay. He's not doing too badly. He tried to play a little bit, well, he tried to play very greedy, but he's kind of got himself a little bit supply blocked at times. And it's difficult. Like, this is a game that he wasn't really expecting to play. He turned up last minute to sub in for someone. Avi pointing out a fun fact: when it comes to boxing, it is universally accepted that if you go for the knockout, you'll always lose the decision. Personal reasons, not to, well, they don't need to be shared, but it's fine. It's his personal choice. He refuses to play with Scan based on Scan's checkered history, which he's atoned for, and that's it. Oh my goodness, triple D Matrix. This is going to be it, I think. Durkovic going to lose here. This is a little bit unfortunate. Eridor obviously giving red the 1-0 in the series. Looks like Scan going to catch us up. Oh, a nice flank though from the back with the Hydras, but there's just too much Marine Medic. There's not enough of anything else. And imagine if he had Lurkers here, this would be a little bit better. But that's definitely unfortunate. Nice target firing on that Sunken though, avoiding the D-Matrix Marine. But there we go, GG, Durkovic taps out. And Scan wins game number 2. Now, as I mentioned, it's a little bit unfortunate that Durkovic lost that game, but he was a little bit outclassed. He did sub in at the very last minute to play against Scan, so not the easiest player to come across. This is honestly the top player ELO in the STPL. Like, that's so difficult to go against. But we're going to go into game number 3. It's going to be a PvP, and it's going to be coming up after this short break. See you guys soon. Okay, now starting in the top right hand position, we do have fighting for Ash in the blue. It's Radley. Radley is lifted as his science facility, and you know what that usually means? Covert ops, please?
That's right, you're right. Nuke silo on the way. Where is it? Natural? Yeah, it's at the natural. I actually would have built that back in the main, but obviously he had the scanner up there, so. Oh my gosh, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
This is
the
sickest.
He's gonna drop in the pizza wedge. Where's the optical flare? Optical flare right now, oh my god! It's fucking blind!
Yeah.
That's so sick.
And look at this.
Unbelievable.
Look at his vision, he can't see.
He can't do anything! Oh, he's got a second observer. Where's the second optical flare? Oh no, that's the same. Oh my god. How good is optical flare?
There we go, nuke's coming in. It lands. Kaboom!
And boom goes the dynamite. Hell yeah!
There's so many units here to defend this time, but wait.
Oh, feedback. Where is it? Oh, he fed back the
wait,
science vessel.
there's a ghost on the army. There's a nuke on the army somewhere. The units are all stuck.
There's no way.
Yeah, there is.
No way.
Oh!
Are you kidding me? What? What?
And EMP though.
He needs a scan.
Lockdown. Lockdowning the observer. And the shuttle. There's 2 High Templar in the shuttle that can't do anything.
Oh, he's gonna cloak and kill the
army. But there we go. Nuke dropping down on those cannons. On one.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Yeah, there's the nuke.
Oh, it's a mined out base, but I don't care.
Yeah, and boom goes the dynamite. Hell yeah. It's 6 or 12. Yeah, just in time.
But this, oh my god, the ghost is gonna run out of energy.
Is he? The nuke's gonna go off though, right?
Yeah. Oh, and he still loses most of the probes. Blind nuke. Yeah, he's just gonna nuke. He's like, screw it. All of you. Oh no, two dragoons. GG.
Ah, disgusting. What?
Never know what hit 'em.
Nuclear launch detected.
Been detected. Where has he put the nuke though? Oh man. I know it's somewhere in this location. But where? Where is the nuke? It's definitely... There we go. It's on top of the sunken dome. Boom! And the nuke goes down. And so does all the drones. What a nuke right there. Oh, here we go.
Nuclear launch detected.
Oh boy. The nuke on the position again. It's on this base. This poor base. I can't see the red dot though. Where on earth is the red dot? Maybe he's put it on like the blood or something. There we go. Directly on the hatcher, on the lair. Absolutely abolished one. Annihilated the base. Man. Oh man. There we go. The nuke is going to go down. Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to be heading into game 3 of this series. It's going to be Bonith fighting for SouL. Bonith, rank 11 in the STPL. Didn't have the kind of breakaway success in the STPL I thought he would do. But since he's joined SouL, I don't think he's lost a single game. The SouL effect really coming into play here. I don't know if it's just the fact that he knows he may get a little bit of money from winning. But he's just going insane. Like, he lost so many games for Net Wars. And since he joined SouL, that's it. Like, he's not lost a single game in Season 2. I don't know if the maps suit him better. I don't know what's been happening, but he's up to a 69% win rate now. He's 10 for 1 against Protoss players. Like, that's crazy. 10 wins in a row. Like, his ELO has just skyrocketed. Ridiculous. But Bonith is such a good player. Arguably one of, well, is probably the best player outside of Korea at the moment. Zeke, I don't know if he's going to come back and do some stuff here, but just to let you guys know as well, a little bit of an insider tip here. 1 second, where are we? Where did I see it? Yeah, Zeke's joined SouL. So SouL they just keep picking up everyone, man. Like, every good player goes to SouL because they're a well-organized team. They do very well in tournaments as well. And now you've got Zeke and Bonneth on the same team. Like, that's going to be ridiculous. Season 3... Season 3... SouL aren't even going to need any Korean players. They've got Gorinich, Bonneth, Zeke, Models, Tai 2. And they did get Soma as well. But Soma is probably only really going to come out against, like, the top Koreans. So, they also have Lancer X as well. And Yaj saying something a little bit controversial in chat. I'm not going to read that out, but he is going to be up against Horitos. Horitos got a 43% win rate. Going to be a little bit more difficult for him, but Horitos's PvP is really respectable. He's not had quite the same success that Scan has recently. That Bonneth has recently, but he's still a very good player. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to go. The map we're going to be playing in is going to be Desperado. Desperado, pretty good map. We've seen a lot of PvP here. Rapid, I know you're in chat now. Do you remember back in Season 1 where we had Troy? And we were like, okay, Troy's the PvP map, right? Look how many PvPs there's been on this map. There's been 17. This is the 18th PvP on Desperado. What a map for Protoss, man. Oh my goodness. Protoss are 12-4 over Terran? What? I didn't even notice that before. Oh my goodness. It's such a fun map though. Lots and lots of fun games on here. The PvPs here have actually been amazing, so definitely a Protoss map. Therefore, we get to put it in the vault and never play it again because Protoss players aren't allowed to win tournaments. That's it. But let's get in to game number 3. It's going to be Bonneth versus Horitos. Okay, starting us off here in the top left-hand position in the red, fighting for red, it's going to be Horitos from Germany. And his opponent spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Protoss powerhouse himself. I guess I can't really call him the powerhouse because that's Kogut. But essentially, this is a sick map, and it's going to be Bonneth fighting from Poland for SouL. Rapid saying I fired him. Well, I don't know if you know this, Rapid, but I got fired from STPL by Cadenti, so I shouldn't even be casting right now. This is actually like a it's a bootleg cast. Yeah, she'll never know if I don't say anything. It'll be fine. Rapid saying I should do an American accent to cast. I'm not sure I can do that long period. I'm actually not that good at doing an American accent, so yeah. Let's see how this goes. Rapid saying stop already, oh my goodness. Chopo saying, yo, this is racist. Rapid could be casting, but I didn't realize he was here. Until he just... Oh, he's actually been messaging me on Discord and I completely missed it. Green saying just drop into chat and go, boom, go the dynamite. But okay. We got a gateway coming in with a core for both players. Wait, no, 2 gate. No, gate and core. Gate gas core for both players. Mirror builds in a mirror matchup in the STPL on Desperado, which is the mirror map. So that's it. Yeah, one of the things someone brought up to me recently is I should put my camera in the bottom right of the screen. But I don't like that because I don't know how I look when I'm casting, but I don't want to know. Xbox telling me to do a Towie accent. Like, I could actually do that. Yeah, given the fact I'm from Essex, I can actually do that accent quite well, but yeah, it's not easy. Like, it's kind of hard to put this accent on, but I'll do my best, you know? I can't do an Essex accent unless I get really excited. It's difficult. It's my home accent and I can't do it. Stupid Queen's English. Sneaky Lava says do an Aussie accent. I'll do one in a second. I don't think the world is ready for that. Crikey, this PvP is looking like quite a game. I'm so bad at accents, oh my god. Kixie saying I'm Australian, don't ever do that again. Okay, well, we've got Bonith going for a Robo, Haratos going for DTs instead. So Robo versus DTs. This is pretty much the complete opposite of what we're going for. Now, is this going to be Observatory or is it going to be straight Robo? It is going to be Obs, so the DT shouldn't do too much. Looks like we've got a little bit of a little bit of action going on the map. Nothing dies. Neither player getting an advantage here. Wait, did a Dragoon die? Oh, one Dragoon died. Okay. Happy saying, please. The country is already fighting a natural disaster. They can't handle more. Oh my goodness. Ah. Now both players on 25 probes right now, so both pretty even. We do have a little bit of a supply advantage for Bonith, but that's in an extra Dragoon that he didn't die, and that didn't die, and he also has a Zealot, which Artos does, but he would have had two. So, I see you've played Knifey Spoony before, mate. But yeah, I see you've played DT Reaver before. Let's see how this goes. Now, there is an Observer, but it's actually flying into his opponent's base. He sees the Templar Archives, and he is running back as quick as he possibly can, because this DT, if this gets in, this could be one-sided, but I don't trust Rapid. But there we go, the DT gonna go down at the front. Oh, is he gonna? No, he's not gonna get away, but he did scout the probe going for an extra base. Looks like we do have an extra base coming in from Haratos. Now, the big problem is going to be as the game moves forward, when this Reaver comes out, how exactly, I mean the Reaver's out now, how exactly is Haratos going to be able to defend against this? His units are all at the natural, he's rallied out to his natural as well. Is this just going to end the game? Thank you, Bueno, for the 100-bit cheer, man.
Crikey, crikey.
Okay, we got the, oh my god, the Scarab's dudded so far. He got a couple, he's got 2 probes so far, 3 oh my god, gets another couple. But we're only down 2 probes from Haratos. Haratos has been doing a really good job with his probe production. Definitely not a position Bonith wants to be in. He wanted to do a little bit more damage than that. Yes, he does have a bigger army, but he's down in Nexuses. There is a Nexus coming up down here in the bottom left. But he didn't do really any damage with that Reaver. He lost obviously a little bit of mining time, but he's caught up in probes already. And Haratos is doing great this game so far. Now, we don't have an Observatory yet for Haratos. We don't even have a Robo. So this Observer is going to have absolute vision. Abby's asking me for a Chav accent. I can't stoop that low. I cannot do it. Plus, they don't really have an accent. Chav's just kind of grunt. But here we go. The Reaver's coming back in. Nice bugging out on the Scarabs. So only getting a couple of probes here. Haratos still with a probe advantage. But look at what Haratos has and what he has to deal with. He doesn't have the right units, the right angles to be able to come in here. I think he speaks with a Chav accent anyway. He speaks with like a a Cockney accent more than anything. Xmark asking me to say kurwa. Oh my god, my Polish is worse than anything. There's a Polish guy in our office. He's really nice. I looked up this like Polish phrase for like, I told you not to fucking touch that or something earlier, and he was like, wait, what? How do you know that? And I was like, oh, I looked it up. Oh, Radley's saying that was pretty good. Okay, cool. I guess I can swear in Polish. That's great. And if I really want to go, like, super Polish, I need to turn the quality of my mic down, like, 10 times and then cast like Bonith does. That'll be it. But I linked Bonith earlier. Okay, Bonith coming back in, actually, with double Reaver, double Dragoon. Going for his Polish recall here, as he likes to call it. The shuttle count continues to... Oh, the Scarab duds. Okay, whew. Oritos still managing to keep a supply advantage in workers, but... Coming in from behind here, gonna lose a lot of damage on these Dragoons. Oh, 2 of the Dragoons going down, but here's Storm. Storm definitely gonna be powerful here, but so many Dragoons going down. A 20 supply advantage here for Bonith. The shuttle so close to going down, but he keeps losing all of his units. He can't get in position. Hey, I'll walk in here. Yeah, that was nice micro by Bonith, keeping his Reavers back alive, or keeping his Reavers alive at the back. Dr. Bear saying I tried the Brooklyn accent, but as I said, I'm not good with accents, guys. Models just said he's glad that he reopened Twitch at that time. But either way, Haratos is still down in supply. He's actually ahead in workers, though. And now finally we're going to see the extra gateways being added on. Now, there is Dragoons in position to defend against these recalls. They're not recalls, but they are Polish recalls. But Sudden Life, I am also glad I didn't use the production tab because I don't like it very much. But here we go, looks like the Reavers in the shuttles coming in first, or coming in last even. Dragoons lowering down. There is a good number of Dragoons here. Does lose one of the Reavers, but look at the Storms. Look at the Reaver Scarabs. So much damage going down. And Haratos, I mean, he's slowly losing more and more army. This High Templar just stood there with the Reavers, but here we go. The Reavers going to come into... Oh, a massive Scarab going off in the mineral line. Not a good position to be in, but look, Bonith even cleaned up all the Dragoons as well. The Citadel's almost killed, and he doesn't actually have leg speed at the moment. Is going to save it for now, but where is that Reaver? Is it up in the natural? Looks like it. Oh, the shuttle goes down, but Haratos, he just lost like 15 to 20 workers. This is definitely a kurva situation. Yeah, the probe count is ridiculously low now for Haratos. He had a massive advantage, but the Polish recalls, they keep coming in over and over again. Just so many probes dying, so many units dying from Haratos, and he's just never been in a position to actually stabilize. And this could very much well be the end of the game. We've got Haratos trying to move across the map, go for a counterattack. But to do this, he's going to be giving up his main. And giving up your main against... Radley saying it's yeah bunny Reaver situation. I don't get that, but I'm going to say it. I don't know what that means, and I'm kind of worried what I've just said, but... Gonna go for a base trade, but look at the units that Bonith has back at home. Yeah, I showed Bonith a clip of him casting Nation Wars yesterday, and he was like, why did you send me this? I didn't realize how bad my microphone was. So Bonith is probably going to be buying a new microphone soon, guys, so don't worry. Yellow Bunny, Revis, yeah bunny. Is yeah bunny like a Polish word or something? Is it like similar to a Polish word? Apparently it is. GG, Haratos taps out. He can't break through into Bonith's base. And Bonith wins game number 3. Okay, oops, this is the wrong screen. And this is also the wrong transition, but there we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, right, we're back. We're back. We're finally here. So what we'll do is we'll load up game number 4. So Bonneth wins that one. That's going to take SouL 2-1 in the series. People are teaching me how to swear in Polish now. It's great. It's Jebani. Oh, Jebani. Oh, yeah, I've heard that name before. I've heard that word. I don't know what the word means, though. But I've seen someone type that to me. I made a Polish guy angry once, and he typed that at me. But send me that on Discord, and I'm gonna well, not the Reaver thing, but send me like something to tell my Polish colleague at work tomorrow, and I'll see if I can do it. We're gonna be heading into game number 4, though. It's gonna be Zealot versus Cryok. Let's actually go straight into it. Let's introduce the players, then we can go into the map now. Zealot, of course, one of the best amateur players in Korea at the moment, so going to be a tough game for Cryok here, but Cryok is very good with his ZVT. Now, Zealot has only played 2 ZVTs so far, and I'm kind of worried what Hatred Phil has just said. Oh my goodness. What have I just said? Oh, that's not too bad. That's okay. I thought that was something way worse. Oh my goodness, you scared me, Hatred Phil. I thought I'd send something really bad. But either way, 2-0 against Terran is Zealot. Zealot currently at a 70% win rate. His ELO is going up tenfold. But much like Noob, he did fall victim to what was it? It was 1004, but it was like Chonsu, I think it was, which means angel in Korean. So kind of cool, but Zealot, a really good player. Yeah, I'm gonna call, oh, we'll call 1004 Angel. But Zealot, he qualified for the ESL twice in a row. He's a really aggressive player, so I think this is probably going to be a pretty close game. Apparently Chonsu is like number 2 on the ladder right now. But Cryok is going to be his opponent, fighting for red from Germany. Cryok, one of the better foreign Terrans. He's 8-0 against Zerg. So if there's a guy who has to go up against Zealot, I'd like it to be him. What an amazing win rate over Zerg, for crying out loud. Like, how do you do that? 8 wins, 0 losses. That's pretty sick in TVZ. So let's have a look at the map they're going to be playing on. It's going to be the only New Outlier. Now, New Outlier, definitely one of the more interesting maps in the map pool in terms of three-player maps. And there is a win versus Zero in there. He actually beat Zero 3 times, if I remember correctly. He also beat Eon Zerg on Return of the King in Season 1. That was a really crazy game as well. But New Outlier, really fun. 4 for 1 in favor of Zerg at the moment. Ariador, you actually won on this map over Reyna. Sak beat Giela. And Eon Zerg beat Fajita. And Eon Zerg beat Blaze as well. So kinda crazy. But regardless, let's actually have a look at our game number 4. It's going to be Cryok versus Zealot. And it's going to be here on New Outlier. Okay, starting us off here in the top middle position, we have the green Zerg player fighting for SouL. It's Zealot. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom right-hand corner from Germany, fighting for red in the white. It's Cryok. Now, having a look at Cryok's win rate. I mean, it's crazy. He's got, let me double check. He's actually got the second highest all-time win streak against Zerg with 8. He's tied up with Scan. So both Scan and Cryok have both got a current 8-0 win streak against Zerg. In terms of all-time, that's also the highest as well, so things looking pretty crazy. It's going to be interesting to see what Zealot's going to do here, because Zealot plays usually very, very aggressively. And overall, Zealot is just kind of a... He's kind of a loose cannon, I would say. Like, he never plays how you expect him to play. He plays a lot of, like, 2-hatch muta play. He plays a lot of Ling-O-Lings as well. Now, he is going to go for a 12-hatch in this game, which is pretty good. Means we may have a little bit of a normal game here. Now, Cryarch is going to go for, looks like a 1-1-1. He could go for 2-Port Wraith, but going 2-Port Wraith against a player who's known to go 2-hatch muta a lot is essentially not the best, because 2-hatch muta, it comes out quick enough to deal with the 2-Port Wraith. Some of the stuff going on in chat about why Zealot is called Zealot is kind of funny. I'll let you guys discover that for yourself. But we're going to Extractor and Sporting Pool coming in from Zealot. Does Zealot go for lane speed here, or does it go straight lair? I think we're likely going to see straight lair. That would be more normal Zealot, at least in my eyes. Now, Cryarch is going to wall this off. The best thing about this wall, you can do this wall on many different maps. You can do it on... Just trying to think. One of the main ones is Gladiator, and some of the spawns you can do it. You can do it on New Outlier, but essentially this is link tight. So links, as if I remember correctly, this is link tight anyway. I seem to remember Scan doing it in the bottom right, bottom left even. Scan did this exact wall when he played on this in the Clash for Char about 2 years ago, and he beat, I think it was, I don't know if it was Zealot or it was one of, it may have been Spire. He played, or Miso, he played against like a really, really strong, aggressive Zerg, and it was link tight, and he won the game because of it. Now, we've got Cryarch continuing to mine gas, at least he's pulled one off for now. It could very well be 2-Port Wraith here. As I said, that would be a big gamble, but with this 8-0 win rate, on, or 8-0 win streak on the line, Cryarch is not going to be taking any chances here. He wants to make sure he can win this game. Now, it was lair before speed. No link speed has actually been researched yet. So it's lucky enough for Zealot that we don't have a single Vulture just yet. Now, the Link going to come here, force the... Oh no, the SCV stayed a little bit too far forward, but here we go. The Vulture coming out, showing itself. Obviously, he did see the factory, but it's only going to be one port, interestingly enough. So 1-Port Wraith. It is good. I mean, he could go for a dropship as well. Drop, very, very strong on this map. There's a lot of places to go around the outside. Not only that, you can also push through the side minerals as well. Now, 1-1-1. I've mentioned this before in the previous series, but it's not the most common build for Terran anymore. It's a very risky build to do, because essentially you have to play perfectly. 1-1-1 has the answer to everything. But if you don't manage to do the right variation at the right time, you don't get the right units, and you don't control them well enough, you cannot win with it. It's so difficult to hold on. There's so many different things you can do off the back of a 1-1-1 is really difficult, and then going 1-1-1 against a 2-hatch muta player is quite hard as well, because 2-hatch muta essentially counters 1-1-1. Unless you go Valkyries, you can rush 4 Science Vessels and Irradiate, which it looks like is what we're going to see Zealot do, but it means we're going to have to see an engineering, we're going to have to see turrets just to hold on until Irradiate's done. Now, an Overlord does go down to the Wraith. The good thing about the Wraith as well is it does force the Zerg player to be honest. The Spire's done, the first Mutalist are on the way, third Hatchery is done, or on the way at least. Now, the good thing is, Cryarch is going to get a perfect scout with this, and you need to essentially pull back from here. Funnily enough, Radley's saying I don't play 1-1-1 because it requires you to know the build, and I don't like to learn builds. You could go 1-1-1 and get a Covert Ops, it'd be kind of cool. Use Ghosts in a bunker to kill the Mutalisks. Now Scourge on the prowl here for possible Valkyries, for the Wraiths as well. Only 2 Mutalisks obviously to start with because they go for so many Scourge early on. Not going to be able to find any damage in the natural for the time being. A good number of whatever you call them, turrets. Now, This is going to be a problem because the first vessel is going to finish, but Irradiate is a mile away. So this is why you would normally see a player go for... Oh, the Wraith goes down immediately. That's the problem. 2 of the Scourge, though, get used to do that, though. Now back at home, it looks like we are going to have Zealot building a couple of drones, not too many though, but I don't think this is going to be the full all-in style of 2-hatch Muta. Obviously he still does need to be careful, does Cryok, because until Irradiate's done, you're kind of in trouble. You don't really have that much to defend this. Oh my god, there's no... Oh no. There's no repair coming down on the turrets. The SCV is getting completely ravaged by these Mutalisks. Now, is there +1? No +1 coming in, so Zealot not going to go for +1 attack or +1 carapace. But this is a little bit tragic here. Looks like we are going to see Cryok try and hold on. Irradiate's just finished. Wait, did he lose the vessel? Oh my god, here comes the vessel. The Scourge, though, getting ready. And the trouble is, this is just one Irradiate. And if Zealot controls this properly, Irradiate's the wrong Muta. The Muta at the top gets split off immediately. And Cryok is in a terrible spot now. He's up against 6 Mutas. He's down to 20 SCVs. There is turrets here, but he doesn't have any ground units. This is the problem with going for 1-1-1. And this is, of course, going to look like it's going to be his first loss in TBZ here. A little bit unfortunate for him, but he did an incredible job to go 8-0 against Zerg, against Zero, Eon Zerg, and some other fantastic players. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're getting an ace match in this series. Zealot is absolutely ravaging everything. Cryok down to 14 SCVs. The trouble was, Cryok played too greedy. He didn't build enough. He didn't build enough turrets. He went straight Irradiate, but he didn't go for anything else. And I mean, you can erase the Muta, but he's never going to have more than 1 Irradiate at a time. So it's just not going to happen. Another vessel comes out, doesn't have enough energy. The turret here going to go down in the main again. 13 SCVs for Cryok. Zealot continuing to pump Lings now, continuing to pump Mutalisks. And I'm sorry, this is going to be GG. Cryok taps out. Zealot ruins his streak and wins game number 4. Well, that was a pretty good game. Unfortunately, the 1-1-1 not working out against Zealot. Zealot a little bit too strong against that build. And that's going to give the win to SouL Gaming in the series. So that's going to make things a little bit more interesting in the overall rankings. Obviously, SouL are going to finish the season 12-1, which is absolutely ridiculous. But let's have a look at the results. Then we'll reload the overlay and have a look at the team rankings. But I mean, a really fun series regardless. We had some close games. Horotos was doing really well against Bonith. Eriador obviously winning over Gory, which was great. Scan versus Durkovic was incredibly one-sided, but that's a little bit unfortunate. But that's how it goes. And Zealot winning over Cryok. Kind of a build order win for Zealot. I think Cryok should have gone Valkyries instead of Vessels. But even going Valkyries, you can have trouble, because when you're going Valkyries, if they get enough Scourge early on, they can fly and snipe your Valks, and then you die even harder. So it was worth a try by Cryok. Unfortunately, he should have just played how he normally does. And that's going to be a 3-1 victory to SouL. So while we do that, let's quickly reopen the overlay. The cool thing is for me today is we've finished quite quickly. So I'm actually going to get an early night today, which is good. But let's have a look at the team rankings again. We'll see how that plays out. DeWalt is playing for IRK, not for SouL. So that's also good. But SouL Gaming win that series. They go up to they continue to stay in first place, secure their position in the first seed of the semi-final. But Red are going to drop down to 10th. That means, unless... wait, so Eternal Friends are going to have to lose, like, they're going to have to lose with more than 3 games lost. More than 4 games lost, actually. We're going to have Bull. They're currently in 8th. They move up. They would have to lose 4 games as well for Red to catch up. So Red still have a chance, but it depends how things go. Obviously, we don't want to see too many losses. apparently if the small points counted first, Ash would actually be 7th. But unfortunately, the match wins count first in STPL, so that's how it is. Now, Ash still have. Can Ash possibly get through? I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. But yeah, IRK in rank 4, they've done incredibly well. They've pretty much secured their place in the top 5, but they could still lose. Naz winning today, secure 5th. But NetWars still have a game to play. Rev, they still have a game to... No, NetWars have played. The teams that have a game to play are still Clan Rev, Bull Team, Eternal Friends, Ash, DM still have a game to play, and so do White Clan and Valhalla team. So Rev are in front of Red. Now, we're getting really, really close to the end of the season's group stage. We've got 2 more days left. That'll be Wednesday and Friday. I'll post up what games we're going to be watching. I'll do that tomorrow on Team Liquid so we know what we're looking at. But we should have 4 pretty exciting series to go. Obviously, SouL have secured their position in the final. Let's actually have a look at the fixtures again, just to show how that plays out. And yeah, the fixtures, they work like this. Team 1, or the first seed from the playoffs, will be heading into the first semi-final. The second seed will be heading into the second semi-final. 4th will be heading into the first quarter-final. And 3rd will be heading into the second quarter-final. And then 5th, 7th, 6th, and 8th will play off against each other to try and make their way up into the round of 8. The format of Season 3 is likely going to change ever so slightly. When I announce everything, you'll find that out. But not everything is fully decided. It's still going to be one big group, though. Splitting off into 2 groups is not nearly as exciting, and you also end with unfair groups. So I don't want to do that. It's going to be one big group of all the teams again, and hopefully we're going to have an amazing group stage like we have here. But just to say a couple of thanks. A huge thank you to Liquipedia, obviously our sponsor. A huge thank you to Matrino as well. If you want to... Albert, damn it, don't bring that up. I've just gotta finish and then I'll laugh. But if you want to help support the STPL, you can do it through Patreon, or to support me, or you can support the Matrino with money, or you can also use the codes LSTPL to add 50 cents to the prize pool completely free. You can also support without money by watching. You can check out the links below the stream for Twitter and YouTube. Follow the STPL Twitter to get all the latest STPL news. Follow me on Twitter if you want to see me rant about politics. Rapid, I do not believe that you have this shirt. This is way too normal for you, man. Where's the stars and stuff like that? But I've not decided on the map pool yet. There's still an interview that I did with Team Liquid that's still being edited by Esports John, so hopefully when that releases, if you read it, you'll be able to understand how I pick maps and why it takes me so long, and why I do actually take it very seriously. So once again, thank you so much all for watching. Have a very good evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you are, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday for some more STPL action. See you guys soon.